Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today, we are going to learn CRUD operation ASP.NET MVC core, how to do the CRUD operation. So we'll run in this video, okay? So what is required for this? First, we need a Visual Studio VS 2019 or 2020, and things fine. For database, we are using here SQL Server. Okay. And technology I'm going to use here ASP.NET Core. ASP.NET Core 3.1 version or 5.0 or even 6.0, and one is fine. 6.1 is a latest version, LTS support, long time support. Okay, so let me open my Visual Studio first here. Already I have here. And meanwhile, let me open my SQL Server also. Okay, so let it open first. SQL Server Management Studio. So if you see the first page of the Visual Studio 2020, currently I'm using Visual Studio 2022, and here I have some list of projects which I created previously. But for this video, I'll create a fresh new project and I'll start CRUD operation from beginning. Okay, so just use this template, like create new project. From here, you can choose the technology, which technology you are targeting, that is .NET Core or like .NET Framework or .NET Core. Okay, so as I told, we are going to create the .NET Core project. So just scroll down and find out that ASP.NET Core Babe app model view controller, and here they given the description, a project template for creating an ASP.NET Core application with example ASP.NET Core MVC model view controller. Okay, and it's a core application, so so we can see here it can target on the Linux, Mac, as well as Windows, cloud services, and web, and we are using a C#. Okay, so the .NET Core is open source and platform independent. So by using this template, or we can say this technology, we can create a web application with the help of model view controller, and we can target to different platforms. It's open source. Okay, so but I'm using the Windows machine, so that's why I'm using this, and I'm going to create this project now. So just give some proper name here. Let me choose something. ASP NET Core app demo. Okay, so this is my project name. Here you can see the solution name. What is the solution? So we can say solution is a container, and inside the container we can create multiple project. Okay, so we can add here like class library project, console application, other web application, web API, REST API, lot of things we can add here. And this is my location where I want to store my project. Okay, so it's depend upon your computer drive. You can create a folder and you can store wherever you want. You can create the folder and you can store here, but my default location is this one, so I'm going to create my project into this location. Okay, so now we have the next button. After giving the project name, just click on next, and here if you see the framework, as I told, here I'm going to create this project in .NET 6, but here we are having the .NET Core 3.1 version, and they are giving a long-term support. Okay, so you can target on this framework also, or you can go with the .NET Framework 5.0 that is currently running, and they latestly, like recently, they launched this .NET 6.0 long-term support. Okay, for this also they are giving. So as for this recording, this is the latest framework, and so I'll choose this only. Let me choose this one. Authentication type. Here you can see authentication for your application, like individual authentication, Microsoft authentication, Windows authentication. You can choose anyone, but for now I'll choose none. I don't want to use any kind of authentication here. Okay. Now here, if you see, it's asking for configure HTTPS like certificate, or we can say SSL certificate to secure over the websites. Okay, but this is for this demo, I'm going to just show the CRUD operation, so I don't want to like use the HTTPS. So I'll uncheck this. Here it's asking like enable Docker support. So this is also like Docker is separate things. So if I get some time, I'll explain like in my upcoming video. Okay, so like for now you can understand. Okay, just Docker, we can say it's a like a framework, or it's a platform, or we can say it's a container where you can host our application and from like different platforms. Okay. And if you see here, like by default, the Docker OS is supporting for the Linux. Okay, so these are things that are related to the Docker, but I'm not going to cover these things in this video. So just for this purpose, like for now, I used .NET Framework 6.0 and authentication type is none, and just click on create button. It will create new project for us. Let it create first. Yeah. So if you see .NET Core, okay. So this is our starting page. Let me close, and if you click here, you will find the Solution Explorer. And this is my project name. Okay, ASP.NET Core App Demo. And if you see the like project structure here, like we are having here properties, we are having www root folder for storing, we can say for storing the static files like images and some CSS files, some JavaScript libraries or jQuery libraries, some other, or we can say client side library we can store in this folder. Okay, after that you can see the controller folder. So this folder here, we will store all the controllers whichever we are going to create for this demo. Okay, and controller are nothing but it's a, we can say it's a simple class which is inherited from the controller class, base class, and it is responsible for handling the incoming request from the client. Okay, or we can say from the browser. And after that we have the model. So model, we can say this folder will store, or we can say here we will create the classes which have the entity. Entity means those classes be mapped to with our databases. Okay, or we can say database table like DB context class, entity classes. Okay, so here we'll have all the database logic here, and this is the view. So view folder will contain all the UI logic. So we are using the .NET Core, so that's why like we'll have view here, and the view extension is .cshtml. Why .cshtml? Because these view was created by using the Razor pages, okay, or we can say Razor syntax. So Razor always following CSHTML extension. The reason is that because we can embed our C# code inside the HTML. So that's why the extension of CSHTML, or easily you can understand the file which contains CS like C# code as well as HTML code, we can give extension as a .cshtml. For if you want to see, just open any one file. Let me open like layout.cshtml. This is our master file, or we can say master page for our application. I'll show you how to use this also. Okay, so for now, just let me click on here. Okay, so if you see here, this is plain HTML. Okay, and inside HTML, I'm using some like .NET Core tags. If you see here, like I have ASP_area, ASP-controller, ASP-action. Okay, so these are the like tag helper from the .NET Core. Okay, and you can use these tag helper directly in our plain HTML, or we can see in HTML tags. If you see here, the extension I told you, right? The extension of this file is .cshtml, because here we are using HTML plus C# code. So these are the HTML. I'll show you. This is the code where we are using C#. So this is a C# code. This is not HTML, okay? Because here we are using the @ symbol. So whenever you want to write any C# code inside your HTML, just use @. I'll show you how to write the Razor code or like Razor syntax in brief. Okay, so don't worry about this now. And for here also you can see we have one more method called render body, and here we are also using @ @ means it's a C# code. Okay, and render body it has some specific region meanings. As I told, like this is our layout file. Layout nothing, just a master page for our web application. Okay, so here this is a render body method. Just it will work just like a content placeholder. It means whenever we are applying any we are applying this master page to any other view, that view will render into this area. Okay, in the render body. Apart from that, if you see in the bottom, we are having some script files also, like script. Okay, so here we are using the jQuery min.js. Okay, this is the jQuery minimized version. Okay, or we can say minimized file. And here I'm using Bootstrap, and this is some more file like js.site.js. So this is for we can say JavaScript file for our project. Okay, if you want to write any JavaScript logic and that logic we want to consume throughout our application, just you can write that logic into site.js. The meaning of to explain all these things, I can say we are using these all JavaScript library here. We are having C# code here. We are having HTML tags. So all these things combined together is make a file called .cshtml. Okay, so like that we can write C# file as well as a C# code as well as HTML like together. So let me close this now, and we'll move forward. So first, let me run this application. Okay, so like how it looks. So just click on. So just click on your here, and it will start run. Okay, so let it run first. I'll show you like how it's looking. Yeah, so application start running. You can see a diagnostic tool here. You can check the performance of the application. Now browser launched, and you can see my application name is coming here, and we are having some home, some privacy, and welcome page came. Okay, if you click on home, something happen. If you click on privacy, it will go to the privacy. See the URL is here, privacy, and it now move to privacy. So you can understand all these things once you know the basic of ASP.NET Core. Okay, so for that I'll create some separate list for that, for ASP.NET Core full course from beginning to advanced level. So you can go to that course and you can start like learning from